As a Nigerian and as a parent, I have watched with dismay the unnecessary carnage and use of force and brutality against young men and women in Nigeria by a government that was elected by the people to bring about change. Instead of that change, it has brought pain and anguish to those people. And so we join with all the vocal voices who are speaking up against this level of brutality, both in Nigeria and in the diaspora, to say that we cannot keep quiet while such mayhem carries on. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. Even if we choose to keep silent, the very ground on which the bloods of the young people have been spilled upon will speak in our place. I speak as someone who has experienced the impact of the brutality of the killing of my own younger brother in Nigeria. I know firsthand how much pain my family has suffered as a consequence. My 87-year-old mom still bleeds from the pain inflicted on her, a pain she has not recovered from and that she may not recover from. Many other families have been thrown into that same anguish and pain as a result of recent events in Nigeria. And so my colleagues and I in diaspora lend our voices in prayer and are standing together with our young people in Nigeria to resist the atrocities that are being meted out. It is with a heavy and painful heart that we stand with the victims of such atrocities every morning, every noontime, and every evening time. And we utter our complaint and our moan to God. And we know, without any shadow of doubt, that God will hear us and He will answer us. No matter how hard-hearted these rulers may seem on the surface or they may portray, we want to assure them that the God we are crying out to will break them down. He will snatch and tear them down from their secure places. He will uproot them from the land. He will deal with the perpetrators of this evil. People reap what they have sown, and as these rulers have sown wickedness, it therefore follows that other wicked people will rise up against them. God Himself will raise accusers who will clearly identify the perpetrators of this evil, whether they be the police, politicians, or the army, and will bring each and every one of them to justice, where they will be tried and they will be found guilty. As far as God is concerned, their days are numbered. Others will one day rise up and take their place. Unless, of course, these people realize what they have done and they genuinely come down on their knees and ask God for genuine forgiveness and ask the people as well for forgiveness. Then, in the absence of that, what they have done will be visited upon not just them, but also their families and generations to come. They will begin to wonder why their own children will begin to wander about and beg and be driven out of their own homes. The law of the land, I believe, will be enforced. And I believe and we pray that the courts will seize what these people have taken from the poor. Let strangers plunder what has not been taken from them. Our prayer is that no one will show them kindness, nor anyone take pity on them and their families, because that's what they have done to others. Their posterity will be cut off, and their names will be cut off, and whatever good that they have done will be wiped off. Their atrocities will be remembered before the Lord, and their memory will be cut off. As they did not remember to show kindness, but pursued the poor, unarmed young men and women, the needy, the unemployed, the brokenhearted, and they pursued them and hatched them and shot them to death. Make no mistakes about that. The same that you did to them, God will visit the atrocity, people who have committed the atrocities. We call upon God. He will save us, and He will save our young people. Our young people will not be silenced. They will not be bought over or cowered with your live ammunitions. Can you imagine the soldiers and the police opening fire on unarmed civilians? With these same military people, these same armed authorities who could not even go and confront the insurgents from the north, the Boko Haram. Instead, they used our young men and women as targets for their shooting practice. Well, it has not worked, and it will not work. I remember what the MS Onisi said about his own daughters when he was speaking truth and he was being confronted for speaking truth. He told his accusers to buckle up, as his children who are coming up seem to be far more radical, outspoken, and fearless than him. I doubt he was just speaking about his own daughters, because those statements represent exactly the nature of the young people who are carrying out these protests. That is the generation that the perpetrators of these atrocities have got to face. Can I say, as a preacher, that no weapon formed against these young people will prosper? For those of us in diaspora, we have never been so humiliated in the eyes of the world as we have been in the last few days. The truth is, we will recover. We will rise again. We will hold our heads up again as Nigerians. Let me conclude by reminding us of what the second verse of our national anthem reads. O God of creation, direct our noble cause. Guide our leaders right. Help our youth the truth to know. In love and honesty to grow. And living just and true. Great lofty heights attain to build a nation where peace and justice shall reign. God has heard our prayers, and we continue to pray and we continue to stand in solidarity with our young people. God bless our young people, the future of that nation. Thank you.